Hello, all heroes, and welcome back to Invincible Guarding the Globe. And today we are going to be doing a modest but highly requested update to the tier list. First things first is we're going to take a peek at a couple of the characters, because there are one or two movements I do want to make, in the interest of giving certain characters a bit of a fair shake. Because there have been some status quo shifts since I made this tier list, mostly due to a certain lonely Viltrumite warrior, that have made me want to reconsider some things. Also, I've been spending some time, a little bit more time in very high level arena, which makes me want to adjust some things because I have seen what a high level arena team can do. And every now and then, them bad boys scare me a bit. So, first thing I want to address, and I even made a whole video just talking about these two, but it is the question of Alan versus the Immortal. Now, I put Alan in A tier in the last edition of this tier list. I'm going to be honest, I kind of regret that decision. The reason I ranked the Immortal so high above Alan was because of his shielding. Conquest spits right in the face of that. Immortal already lost some market value courtesy of Anissa shredding his defense due to him being part human. But now with Conquest being in the mix, the only reason that the Immortal isn't getting totally bodied by Conquest in every single arena fight is that Conquest is still a little more premium. But that doesn't change the fact that Conquest literally destroys everything this man stands for. So here's what we are going to do. I'm going to move the Immortal. I still hesitate to pull him out of S, because at the end of the day, he is still an extremely good defender. But I'm going to bump up Alan to S, just barely above Red Rush, I'm thinking. I don't want to treat the Immortal like he's bad, because in any fight where he doesn't have to deal with Conquest, he still works just as good as ever. Bonus points if you give his skills some love, especially his healing ability, where he kind of shares the healing from his allies. You can get a lot of mileage out of that bad boy. Whether or not you will be successful against characters like Anissa in Conquest, that kind of remains to be seen. Anissa is lore accurate against humans, and Conquest eats immunity barriers for breakfast. So that hurts him a little bit, I will not deny. But I think the Immortal is just barely good enough to still maintain his spot in S tier. Next, I do want to adjust a couple characters in the A tier slot. I think, and I hate to say it, but I think I need to actually move Monster Girl down a little bit, because especially when you compare her to Alan, the Immortal, and now Conquest, compared to the others, Monster Girl just doesn't hold up. Anissa turns her into Swiss cheese in an instant. She doesn't have any kind of immunity effects. She doesn't even have a taunt, technically, I don't think. So, I want to keep her in A tier, even if it is kind of by the skin of her teeth. But I think I need to move her down. I'm going to put her over Flaxen Leader, and a reminder that Flaxen Leader is a bit of an exception because he's here for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's GDA Ops. Monster Girl is still fantastic, but especially in Arena, she has lost a bit of market share to the Immortal, to Alan the Alien, and now Conquest. As far as the other characters in here, I'm going to put Anissa... I think I want to actually put Anissa above Omni-Man and Thula. The fact that she can just shred human defenses so easily, it makes her noteworthy, I'm not going to lie. The fact that she literally becomes lore accurate against any kind of human enemy is just too good. The only reason she's not in S tier is that it only works on humans, and her other skills are a little bit situational. That's the only reason that I am not putting her in S tier right now, and believe me, I would love to. So I'm bumping her up just a teensy weensy bit. Just because I think she does beat out characters like Thula and Omni-Man by a wee bit. Okay, I considered moving Agent Spider, but I think I'm kind of happy with him there. Same goes for Battle Beast. Looking in B tier, part of me wants to move Titan somewhere. I almost wonder if Titan deserves to be an A tier, if only because he's been getting a lot of use in Restricted Arena, and he is pretty good. But at the end of the day, he still does lose out to the other defenders. So I think I'm going to keep him there for now. Everybody else in here I'm feeling pretty safe on. I even mentioned it in my leader arena video, that Cecil, despite his rarity, is kind of mid, so we're going to be keeping him in B tier, because at the end of the day, as cute as it is that he can summon Reanimen on dead bodies, at the end of the day, they are still just Reanimen, and they do not hold up well. Quite frankly, they just don't. And then Warwoman, Lucan, and Darkwing 2 can stay in S tier, right where they belong. Now, there are a couple characters to add. First of all, we do have Mr. Conquest himself. Conquest is a fantastic Viltrumite defender, and I think as a result of that, I think he belongs in S tier. I have been using him in Arena to extremely great effect. You pair him in there with a leader, and he becomes the most brutal bruiser in the game. He's got the attack of an attacker and the stats of a defender. He goes kind of hog wild, not gonna lie. We will for sure put him up above Immortal and Robot. The thing with the Immortal is that he can slow down healing and shake off debuffs at least every few seconds, which totally flies in the face of everything that Robot and the Immortal can do with their debuffs and the healing in Robot's case. Conquest, he just don't care. Red Rush. Do I put the Immortal above Red Rush? Ooh, that is difficult to judge because they do such dramatically different roles that it's not really a fair comparison. But I feel like I'm going to leave Red Rush above Conquest, and in turn leave Alan above Conquest as well. For all of Conquest's perks, he is a better bruiser than he is a defender. Whereas Alan is undoubtedly a really good defender. Alan is a defensive brick wall who refuses to die no matter how much you beat him up. So I think I feel pretty comfy sticking Conquest for sure in S tier, but not the top of S tier, because he can be overcome. He might put you in the hospital before you overcome him, but you can beat him. Now, I'll say this. The moment a Viltrumite leader gets added to the game, Conquest stonks are going to go real high for that one. Because quite frankly, the only thing holding him back is that we don't have a proper Viltrumite leader. So he ironically does not really he doesn't fit flawlessly in Viltrumite teams. Now, of course, you can put Universa or Doxizewing in there and he works just fine. But the day that a leader Viltrumite comes out, especially if he has Viltrumite synergies, Conquest is going to go crazy. It's going to be insane. And even right now, with my combination of him, Thula, and Anissa, I am seeing success in Arena. I mean, I'm in Invincible League right now, and that's got to count for something. Or at least as of time of recording, I'm in Invincible League. So, I think it is worth putting him in S. Now, unfortunately, Shapesmith has not actually been added to this list, which is a teensy-weensy bit bothersome. But if he was, I think I would put him in A tier. I don't know enough about him to make an educated guess, so I think I'd put him in A tier, like, between Battle Beast and Russ, I'm thinking. But it is still a little early to tell, so honestly, it's kind of appropriate that his picture hasn't even been added to the tier list yet, because it is really early to make a judgment on that one. We still got a lot of testing to do on him, but so far, he seems promising. So yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Let me know what you think of my tier list adjustments down in the comments below, and we shall see you next time. Have a good one.